Hi, so it's the weekend and you fancy some fish and chips. So I'm going to show you how to make the most amazing fish and chips in quite literally 10 minutes. Flavorful, crispy, shallow fried, so you're going to save some of your health. Let's have a look at some of the ingredients. Potatoes that have been peeled and dried, a piece of cod that's also been dried, about 150 milliliters, or let's say 3/4 of a cup of self-raising flour, some self-raising agent, a little bit of curry powder, a lemon, a small shallot if you don't have a shallot, because we're going to make some dressing on the side. If you don't have a shallot, then a small onion will do, a little bit of salt, some Tabasco sauce, and an egg white. And really that's about it. So let's see how this is all put together. Let's put the timer on, shall we? So we'll do 10 minutes and we'll see how close we can get to 10 minutes. With the flour, this is going to be the batter. Oh, the one thing I forgot actually is a beer, because we're going to make a beer batter out of this. So with the flour, this is self-raising flour, and we've also got some self-raising agent here. We'll just put a teaspoon of that in. That will help give it a little bit of oomph and a little bit of lift, and a little bit of spice. We'll put a little bit of curry powder in here as well. That'll give it some color and a little bit of bite. We're going to dress the fish into this standard flour as well, which is also self-raising flour. So I put a little bit of curry powder in here as well. Right. And then on top of this, we'll put just a little bit of salt. Here we go, and we'll start to mix it up. I've already put the pan on, it's shallow fried, so I've got just a little bit of oil in here, and I've got it on not too high because you don't want excessive heat for the fish right now. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and use a blender that will work, that will speed things up a little bit. So in here, we'll just put a little bit less than half a beer. And all of the air in there, I'll just help aerate it. And let's put it on low and just start blending this together. Now obviously you can do this with a hand whisk, but I'm just trying to speed this up a little bit. And we don't want too runny consistency. Ah, there we go, look at that. You know what, let's take this off and just do it this way. Now obviously before I started I washed my hands in here as well. Oh, look at that. It's lovely consistency. It's sticking a little bit but not too much. There aren't any lumps in there. And that's just about right. There we go. Look, that's absolutely beautiful. Now, to finish it off and give it a little bit more aeration, we'll get the egg white in here and we'll whisk that until it's soft peaks. A hand blender, I'm just doing this automatic one to speed things along a little bit. And look, you can have a look at how that's coming along. There we go. Excuse me, let's just pour that in here. Look at that. Get that in here, that's lovely. And just stir that in. And get those bubbles in there, right? So you don't want to whisk this too much or spin it too much. You just literally just want to stir all of those air bubbles in. Okay?
Yeah.
Now the interesting part. Okay, so before we put the fish in the batter, now is the time to season it, because as soon as you put it in the batter, then it's just going to seal it. So we'll just season it here, and then we'll mix this together. And here we go, we'll just drop it in here to seal everything in. And we've got some of that lovely curry powder in here. Okay, and then you literally just shake it dry, and now just plop it into the batter. And fish like this is only going to take a couple of minutes to cook, right? So we don't need too much. Now we've got the oil hot, but not extremely hot. And now you put it into the oil. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And now you literally just drop it in there, and it should just take 2-3 minutes to cook. Lovely, we've got just about 5 minutes left here. I'll just turn this down a little bit. Now let's get the potatoes ready. So, because we're just going to cook the potatoes really quickly, you want to make it nice, you want to make them nice and thin. Actually, wow, look at this. I think I may have even put the oil on just a little bit too hot, because it looks, oh yes, perfect. Look at this. Okay, so we just take the base off. And here we go, we'll just drop it like this, and we'll make them nice and thin so they can cook really quickly. They're not quite French fries, they still are going to be chips, but the thinner that they are, the quicker that they're going to cook. And just from this one potato, look how many chips we actually get out of it. And I'm keeping an eye on this, on the fish. Let's have a look at that. Let's pan in on the fish. Right, and let's baste it just a little bit. It literally just takes a couple of minutes to cook. Oh, look at that. That is so awesome. Right, let's put the heat on it just a little bit more. So now we've got this. We get these guys nice and small. What else do we have? There we go. Let's do this alongside. Now that we've got these ready, literally put them into kitchen towel and you rub them and you dry them. What you're really trying to do is take the starch out as much as you can and just dry them a little bit, because now we're going to blanch these fish. Now we've got 3 minutes left roughly. So it's now we take the fish out. Look at that. Oh. So now we take the fish out and put it on a kitchen towel here and just pop it in the oven, right? We'll turn this up just a little bit. Actually, turn it down just a little bit so it's not too hot. And exactly in the same oil, we'll put the fries in to start cooking away. That will help bring some of that flavor into them, right? Okay. And what we're really doing at the moment, because we've got the oil just a little bit lower on the heat, initially what we're doing is just blanching these chips. So we'll just use it really quick. Now while that's going on, I'll turn them up just a little bit now. And while that's going on, let's make some sauce. So this is some tartar sauce. Here I've got 50-50 combination of creme fraiche and mayonnaise. A shallot. If you don't have a shallot, then just a small onion will do. And we're just going to slice this little puppy up. As small and as thin as we possibly can. Right, just nice and small. There we go, we've got 2 minutes left. Just under 2 minutes left. So let's give these fries just a little shake. Oh, I may run out of time here. Maybe I should have used a little bit more oil and a bigger pan, but we'll have a look. Okay, so 2 minutes left, and it's on full whack. So we'll get the shallots in here. And with tartar sauce, we also need some gherkins. So just a few little small gherkins, obviously. And again, we'll just slice them up really, really nice and small and thin. Look at this. Now we need to get a little bit of heat and extra flavor into this tartar sauce. Right, so when we put the gherkins in, now we've just got a little bit of Tabasco in as well. Look at that. Maybe just a little bit of salt. Now, let's stir this guy up a bit and just see how it looks. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Right, I think, oh, Only got 30 seconds left. I think we may run out of time a little bit, but we'll keep on trying. I tell you what, let's get a plate out and get this ready. And let's check on these, on the fish. Oh, 10 minutes, so we've run out of time. Let's just see how many more seconds we go over. Now just listen to this. Listen to that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So we'll just put these fish in here and we'll start plating up now. A little bit of tartar sauce on the side. The one thing I have actually forgotten is to squeeze a little bit of lemon in the tartar sauce. And obviously we need a nice wedge of lemon with the fish as well. Turn these guys around. So oh, look at that beautiful color. Now they're actually cooked. I can see that they're cooked and I can feel that they're cooked. But they're just not colored on both of the sides. So we'll just keep them in there for another little while and separate them a little bit. So maybe not 10 minutes, but 12 minutes. 12-minute fish and chips. How's that? That's still a lot better than going to a local pub and waiting half an hour after you make your order for them to make fish and chips. Now what do you think of that? Now to get this ready, we'll get a little more kitchen towel because we want to drain that oil out of the way. Otherwise it's just way too greasy. What do you think of this? All right, and let's just take one of these little guys out. I'll just show you. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. All right, now let's take these little guys out. Look at that beautiful, amazing color. And we put them straight on the kitchen towel to drain that oil away. And let's just rub this and get all of as much as you can out of this oil away. And oh, look just how crispy these are. Oh, look at that. Look at that. No fuss, literally 3-4 minutes chips. Now put a little bit of salt on. And we'll curl them up, and you saw how small that potato was, and just have a look at the yield of chips it actually gives. Right, what do you think of that? Homemade fish and chips in supposed to be 10 minutes, but 12, 13 minutes? Not bad. Enjoy.